Hello friends, I am going to check, make sure my connection is working, and we will get started. For whoever's joining us, hope you are doing well. I'm just checking to make sure I am streaming, and if I am indeed, we will get started. Alright. There we go. Seems to be working. All right. Let us play. We'll start out with the B chord. Hope everyone's doing well. This is a B chord. Let me know how the audio quality is. How's the audio for those who are just joining? Hopefully it sounds good. Excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's amazing how smooth sounding the GoPro is. Very few cameras work well on live streams. Noticing this more and more is people taking their hands up really high when they play. And I was guilty of this when I first started to play as well, but bringing your hands closer to the instrument and not rapturing like this sort of shape makes it so much easier to play in a smooth way, and it eliminates some of the slappiness that you can get on a handpan or a Rav. Hey brother, how are you? funny because Carol of the Bells fits in the right key. It's perfect for the B chord. You can almost get it to work with the B Celtic, but that half step is hard with it. Glad you're enjoying it though. D major is a great scale. Maybe I'll play that after this one. Absolutely. Glad to help. If any of my friends watching are not currently students, I do have a couple openings in my songwriting class in January, and also for private lessons. It's always fun to work with people and help them develop. And I have tons of free stuff on here, obviously, too. Guys for being here, as always. If you ever I never ever use a metronome. I hate metronomes. I think we innately have rhythm, so I'm anti-metronome, which is funny because I know a lot of percussionists don't feel that way. I come from a guitar background, so I think my timing in general is pretty good, but I'm not thinking about it like a drum. And I was self-taught on all of the instruments that I play, so I never really used it, honestly. So I would just say don't use it. Honestly, metronomes, I think, are more obnoxious than they're worth. Unless you're doing like a click track for a recording studio and you really need it to be perfectly synced up. I see the value in them, but I just don't like them. Better to develop without it, I guess. I just had a student ask me about that recently. I think Didge Project did a video on it, or talking about it. I think the sound of metronomes, it throws me off more than anything. It's just such a horrific noise. I have visions of my sister practicing piano when I was a kid and despising the sound of it. But many different approaches to playing. Yes, this is the B chord. Great scale. All right, this song is called Ouroboros. This will definitely that's fair. bells. I was actually just thinking that I wanted to figure out more Christmas songs. Oh, you kind of got them. Yeah, you can for sure. Maybe I'll play Carol of the Bells as well. Hey, how's it going, Doran? This is apparently the B Curd stream. Ooh, that's exciting. Quickly for you. I'm glad you're awake too, Trudy. That's funny. Maybe I'll do a tutorial for it. I think I had a We Wish You a Merry Christmas tutorial on Rav's page back in the day, but that was many years ago, like 3 years ago, potentially. Feel free to ask questions, guys, if you have any questions. Perfect. Yeah, this is the perfect instrument for that, I agree. The Kurd handpan that I have from Senior Demano is a really good one because it's very full and has a lot of resonance, just like the Rav does. So, all right, maybe I'll play something on the Marmara scale. I'm glad to inspire you to play. Pedro. Hello from Massachusetts. Hegemony? Yeah, for sure. I'll play that right now. You want? One of my favorite songs. I actually wrote that on a handpan, and then I transferred it to the Rav just because I had a little bit more movement available on there. So yeah. What scale did you get? If anyone who's here is not currently a student and doesn't know about this, I have a songwriting course coming up in January. And I'd love to have you there. We're questions, be sure to ask, and I'll try to find them or answer them. I agree, Doran. Gemini. One of my favorite songs I've written of all time, I think. Very catchy. I feel like that one's hard to not remember. If you need to choose handpan or Rav Vas, which would I choose? Yeah, it's a dangerous hobby to get into for sure. Any Rav Handpan virtuoso kids? I've given it to people. My other occupation is working in a school, so I've definitely heard people play it far beyond what I would imagine they would be able to do in that moment. So choosing between a handpan and a Rav, it really depends. I mean, some people don't like the sustain of a Rav. The argument against sustain is that it can become muddy. I agree if you're a drummer that it can become muddy because you're not worrying about melody or chord progressions. If you want to kind of free play and create and have it be kind of melodic, sustain's fine. You just kind of have to work and adapt to whatever instrument you're working with. So there's no, one's better than another. I play them equally. Half my students are handpan, half are Rav, and I play them for myself about even. No, Kurd is definitely not too hard for a beginner. Kurd is the same exact thing as the B Celtic. It's one note different. This, actually, it is that scale, except the second note. So it goes B, there's an F sharp here. On a Kurd, there's G here. And that half step is what gives it that flavor. And the rest of it's the same as the B Celtic. So imagine you shifted it all up. What's the Jamaican one called? Are you talking about the steel drum? The Caribbean steel drum? This was a B Kurd. Thank you. Yeah, I do this like karate. It's more for fun. This isn't a purposeful technique. I like muting like that because when you mute with a karate chop, that allows you to keep the harmonics. So when I'm muting, I'm actually, hopefully you guys can see this, I'm covering half of the tone. So you can hear it still ringing out when I do that. So I don't completely deaden the note. You could also do stuff like, turn it around. Works a little bit better on a handpan, but a strike and then you pull your hand forward. You can also do like, all sorts of fun mute techniques you can use. Meter choice tonight. Oh, that's super exciting. Well, if you need lessons, Camille, feel free to be in touch. I have a lot of students, but I'd love to add more to my roster. It's cool. I have students in like 6 different countries. Yeah, it's amazing. Super fun. Teaches me a lot when I teach other people how to play, because my thing is teaching through song versus just teaching as a drum and smacking around on it. So different approach than what's available. And I'll have some online instructions that aren't one-on-one available soon. That's coming. This is a Marmara scale. The Marmara scale was saved by me. I found out that they had a sort of a prototype scale, and I said, "Oh, just send it to me. I'll try it." And they're like, "Oh, we didn't really like it, so I don't think we're going to continue to make it." So I convinced them to do it, and it ended up being a fantastic scale. And they thought it was kind of a little depressing sounding, but I think it's great. I have no complaints with it whatsoever. I'm just going to plug this in. All right. Nice. You will play it forever. If you have a percussion background, yeah, you can jam away, especially on the Courier. I think that's a really good scale for that. So this scale was in the reject pile from Rav, and I managed to resurrect it. Now they offer it. One of the most unique Rav scales, I think, and from a really old generation of them. So. Funny, I do rolls in a weird way, and a lot of people don't do middle finger, pointer finger, but I do middle and then flick off with my pointer, which is kind of odd. Can you show a rhythm with the touch sound like a snare? Yeah. Talking about with like a sort of a pop. Hey there, Spiritual White. I think the astronaut scale is cool. I've messed around with it on the virtual player. I'm getting one in the next month or two from Rav, so I'll be doing a full review of it when I get it. But it has some core potential. I think it's a weird layout for a pygmy scale. And Kapasau is a drummer by trade, so it definitely is oriented, I think, in a percussion way. But all pygmy scales are fantastic. I've never played a pygmy I didn't like, so probably will be amazing. The lower the instrument, though, typically the muddier they get. I love the Elo pygmy. I own an Elo pygmy, but I find that you can't transfer the music from a G pygmy to an Elo pygmy without it kind of muddying itself up. So thank you so much. Yeah, I like this one. It's kind of cool. My holiday tree. All right. I love the astronaut. Oh, Trudy, you got one? It's beautiful for my kids to play. Nice. I will have to listen. I didn't see that you had gotten it. All right, so this is the Marmara scale, A Marmara. Thank you for the insight, Trudy. I like a jazz too. I think it's one of those ones, it's a flavor scale, or at least for me it's a flavor scale, so I don't always feel like playing it, but I love it. Oh, I love Axiom handpans. Some lessons together again, Trudy. We'll have plenty to work on. I want to hear more about the astronaut scale from you. This scale is actually very similar to the Golden Gate. Marmara is just a Rav renaming of the Aegean scale, which is often in C. time and energy sometime this week or next. I'd love to hear just a quick recording on the astronaut. I feel like the videos that they had didn't really give me a sense of what it sounded like. So if you have time or the desire to do it. Hello to everybody watching. 26 people is pretty good, honestly. I'm pleased with that. It is funny though, the amount of people that come onto live streams when I have about 10,000 subscribers now, or almost that. But it's funny, only like 1,000th joins. So. It's true. I don't have all the skills. I have a couple that I've tried all of them but the astronaut, but I don't own all of them. But my excuse now is that I have students on almost every scale, so that's what I tell myself at least. Songs that I think the mandolin really adds something to it. Well, a lot of songs I feel that way. Yeah, so that's the Marmara. That was on my album. And also, I'm going to play another one on this. Let's see the comments. Well, if you get a good recording and you like it, I'd love to hear it. I also love the Marmara. I'm doing this in the JPEG and the B card. I think B card honestly will be a great place for you to start. B card's amazing. Send arrive here just after you played. I can play one more thing on it later on. What did you say, Doran? Yeah, I agree. It's a problem. I certainly have an issue with instruments for sure. It's kind of like, especially if you're a songwriter too, having a new scale opens up a whole different realm of writing for you. Whereas guitar, you can vary the sound by changing the wood or the type of guitar, but it's not going to open up, well, I mean, in some ways it does, but you won't have access to new chords or melodies if you pick up a different guitar. A lot of my writing on guitar was using alternate tunings too, so that changes the way you approach it, changes your finger position, changes your strumming. There's lots of things you can do, but these are so tied to a scale that finding one that works for you is great, is a useful thing. So it's a little more important to pick the right one for you with these. But, all right, let's see. Any requests? Let's see what I have down here. You know what scale I think is a great scale? Yeah, it's a dangerous game to get into. Ravs and Handpans are certainly addicting. All right, I'm gonna play something on the JPEG for you, and maybe I'll play something on a handpan, and then hopefully my devices don't die. It is... Oh, that's awesome. How do I write song? So my background is in song, my background's in guitar. So they're written as kind of like a chord progression and a melody. So the rhythm is obviously part of any song. So it's combining a chord progression with a distinct melody that goes with it. I have an audiographic memory, so I can remember all of it, but I also have them all tabbed out from my students all around the world. Because I teach all of the techniques that I work with people on through song. So people learn a technique and not just random, this is fun to do. Rolls are fun, but it's boring if it's not in the context of anything. I can do different harmonics. Until it's in a song, it's just a noise. It's just beautiful noise. So I like to structure things with, verse, chorus, bridge, refrain, or however it happens to turn out that way. But this way, everything is repeatable. I still leave myself room, maybe 70% structured, 30% is open for improv. So if I'm performing somewhere, I still have space for movement and changing things up. But I find that that's a good mix, for me at least. I would say 90, maybe not 90, maybe 80% of handpan players either improv or just have like seeds and don't write music. It's unusual to write music in the handpan and Rav world. But I'm trying to push it in that direction because I think you can improve so much faster playing a song and repeating it and mastering it rather than kind of just always freely exploring. But there's fun in that too. So that's just my approach to it, at least. All right. I'm going to grab an F pygmy Rav pan. So this is like an F minor, Mr. Spiritual. The beauty of songwriting too is that, anytime someone asks me to play, I'm not like, what do I play? I have a bunch of songs. So if you hear something on my recording, that's how it sounds if I'm performing it. So. Yeah, but even my non-vocal stuff is written. This is a fantastic song, one of my favorites. You know this one, true? Absolutely. it's an F pygmy. It's like an F minor-ish. Pygmies honestly are a fantastic scale. So, have you ever forgotten any song you've made after learning and creating a lot? Not really. I mean, I'm sure I have in some capacity, but thank you so much. Catch up on comments when practice to get some. I played like 4 hours a day. Most of those 4 hours are teaching lessons. I have, usually have like between 2 and 4 or 5 hours of lessons a day. And I try to make time just to play and work on my own stuff. The trick for me is not to practice. I just like to play. And that's why I like to write. So when I'm playing my music. So every time I go and explore and work on a song, it gets better and better and better. So you can keep building off of it. And that's the beauty of writing, is you can continue to develop a piece until it's at a point where it touches people and it's saying what you want it to say. Whereas if you're always improvising, it's harder to come back to that. So thank you. Yeah, Gouda has some very interesting instruments too. I played quite a few of them actually. So let me play something on the B chord, because you had asked me to play that. Camille, thank you. Glad you like the house. It's a cool spot. This is the B chord again. If you like the music, I have 2 albums out, Lunaria and Lux Natera by Rewildyoursoul on Spotify, iTunes, all those places. That's very exciting. If anybody who's new on here doesn't know, I offer one-on-one lessons. And I have some openings, and I also have a songwriting course coming up in January. People will go up in Raptor. Keep your hands low to the instrument and use more of a flick than a broader movement. And worry more about cleaning up strikes. Current students here know this, but if you ever have a question or want to reach out and ask about a Rav or Handpan, feel free to get in touch. Always happy to talk about them and hopefully answer some questions. Which scale suits the B 1 hour live stream limit. Absolutely. Yeah, be in touch. I would say don't hit as hard. Your hands shouldn't hurt. It might be a little sore at first, but everybody plays too hard on the Rav when they first start. You definitely don't need mallets. And the mallets are going to limit you a lot in your playing. I think a lot of people do that. I don't know, last time it cut me off, spiritual light, but yeah, so I would say don't reach your hand up like this. This is the thing I see people who are like beginners that I'm teaching in lessons. People reach up really high when they strike. This is not the motion to hit a Rav or a handpan, and you're going to hurt your hand. I did this when I started. You know, it's everyone does it. It's a natural movement. When you're playing, keep your hands low to the instrument. You don't want to be doing this. Keep them low and do more almost like you're flicking somebody or trying to annoy them or get their attention. Like you want to use this sort of emotion. So my thumb is flicking down, or if it's my pointer finger, keep it low. So all you really should be doing is this. I don't know how well you can see me, but this, that's the motion, not this or like that. When I used to busk a lot, I used to perform for 3 or 4 hours a day on the street. Oh, you're very welcome. When I used to busk a lot, I would destroy my hands, and I actually used tape to keep them from getting really bad. But as I moved away from that, and if I perform, I have like a 3-hour performance, or I'm playing at a ceremony or something, then I will have kind of sore thumbs after that. But Ravs don't have a limit to where you hit them and they tell you they're being hit too hard, except for you don't want to hear smackiness. I don't like that sound at all, unless you're trying to do it as like a slap. So I think changing your strike and lowering your hand as you're playing is really, really useful. It may cut off in a minute. I don't know if my GoPro is going to do this, but just in case, thank you guys for watching. And if it doesn't cut off, I'm going to keep playing for another song or two. Get in touch as well. You can get in touch with me on Instagram or Facebook, or here you can comment. But any prospective students who want to work together, we can get you somewhere very interesting in your playing by learning through song versus just drumming. Not that drumming is a bad thing either. Oh, I don't think it kicked me off. Good. Excellent. Coding on the round. Yeah, I think the coding definitely is a little weird. I wish it was a flat coat. I've been suggesting that it's not a textured one. I think the goal is to make it kind of like a powder coat. But for me too, I feel like that, at least for recording, I like the flat blue versus the textured blue. So something I've been working on them. So I think I'm staying for a little bit and playing a couple more things just because it didn't kick me off after the 1 hour. So let's see if I missed any other questions. Yeah, and as for progressions too, I think splitting up movements between thumbs and pointer fingers, that's a really good way of increasing speed. So if I'm playing, if I want to do something like this, if I want to do a run up a scale or do like a triple, keeping my hands low is important, and also using thumb, pointer is a way of increasing speed, and really separating out these two hands is really, oh hey Helen, is really useful. I find that it allows you to do a lot more with less motion, and the more you decrease the effort, the better. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, Trudy, for sure. Hopefully that is modified as they continue to change and grow. It's changed a lot since it first created, so. Alright, I'll play one more thing on the pygmy, and then maybe I'll call it quits if there are no other requests. Alright, let's see. I wrote this song on an Axiom handpan, actually. It's a G pygmy Axiom. I always have to be careful with this top note because it's louder. Mastering the techniques of other people, really. Kind of develop your own ways of doing it. That's going to be more fulfilling for you. If there's a particular technique you want to learn, watch it and then try to replicate it through your own strengths.